Hello, everybody. It's been a bit since we last convened, and I've done a couple things. Welcome back to Trails in the Sky second chapter. Last time we left off, we started our cleanup in the Bose area. Today we're looking to finish that and grab the stuff on the east side of Bose, as opposed to the west revenue side. First and foremost, though, there is something I forgot about the progression order coming up. We're going to need to, if you want the bonus AP on Nightmare mode specifically, craft some specific items coming up with food. Otherwise, the next set of fights might be genuinely impossible on this difficulty. You're going to want red pepper, black pepper, kibbled salt, and I believe that's all the normal ingredients. Oh, and marbled steak. Then you want to come to Ouroboros, provided you've done Ovid's request. These things should be easy to gather. You want curative horns, leathery tails, lucky fangs, and I believe that's everything. At least it should be. Oh, right, and beast flesh. Yeah. These are recipes required... these are ingredients for a recipe, rather, that we will be using in a little bit. That will make our life a lot easier. For now, though, we want to head out onto the East Bose Highway. We do actually need to go up towards Hacking Gate, because there is a missable collectible up here that we will need for later. Pretty much just hold the speed up button, keep an eye on the minimap, and you'll be fine. You can generally stick to the main path, and you should be good. Case in point. So, at the Ouroboros border, I believe... Unless it's the guy in the rest stop, in which case I am dumb. Nope, it is Carlos. Carlos will give you Gamblerjack Volume 9. Oh, so he's going into Ouroboros. Nice. Regardless of where Carlos is going, we have his book, and that's all we really need. Sorry, Carlos. You are little more than an NPC with an item for me. That's not all we want to grab, however. There is a missable recipe that is very bloody rare coming right up. And if we don't get it now, you don't get another chance, which is obscenely dumb, but that's neither here nor there. We want to make our way all the way down to Liberl Valley, as far away as that is. This is what I was trying to get earlier on in the chapter, but not realizing that I couldn't get it until this point in time. To be able to get the recipe, you need to have the tickets to, if my brain wants to work with me on the name, Kingfisher Inn. If you have the tickets to the Kingfisher Inn, this item becomes accessible. For some reason, that's just how the flag works. So if we head into Welmer's cabin, speak to Welmer. It's you guys. Sounds like you managed to calm the ancient dragon down without any problems cropping up. Thanks for that, by the way. Living next to a raging flying legend wasn't exactly something I was looking forward to. I really couldn't have done it without your help, Mr. Welmer. Seriously, we owe you one. I'll say. We're the ones who should be thanking you, old-timer. You came all the way out here just to say that. Well, don't you have all the free time in the world? That's, not really the reason we're... Oh, I guess it is kind of true. Well, either way, I'm grateful. If you ever need to take a load off, you're always welcome here. Also, if you're hungry, feel free to help yourself to some of that stew in the pot over there. Oh, you don't mind if we have a bite to eat? Least I can do. Eating that takes a fair bit of courage, mind you. Still, figures bracers like you would work up an appetite with all the scuffles you get into. Anything's worth trying once, right? Go on, have some. 8 dark stew, unfortunately. Huh, you kids down that like it was nothing. Come by again anytime you like. You'll always be welcome under this roof. So, the dark stew. If you speak to Welmer, keep an eye on your friends if you serve that stew, yeah? It's got some bite to it. Some folks don't take to it very well. So, the dark stew is SC's version of the Abaddon potluck from first chapter, if you remember the Abaddon potluck at all. It is a sit-down meal with a healing factor of question mark, question mark, question mark. What the Dark Stew does is it heals you up to full HP and 100 CP. However, the downside being that one of your characters has a chance to experience what Estelle has just had happen to her, where she will be reduced to almost 1 HP. Or 1% of their max HP, rather. And their CP will be reduced to 0. Fortunately, there is a rest spot right there, so you can just heal that off as soon as you get the recipe. But losing that CP is still going to suck. Which is why I did some grinding, and... we have 79 Tomatario sandwiches. More than enough for any human being. But, you know, we are the bottomless hole of combat point generating foods, so it is what it is. With that recipe obtained, that is everything on the right side of Bose. The entire eastern section is now cleared out, provided you have done everything I have done. There is no more reason to come here. I would also like to mention in passing that I did use Shining Palms inside of Amber Tower to grind up to level 68 on Estelle specifically. Agate is also level 68, and Scheherazade and Olivier are level 67. This is just because Estelle is going to need to be at the quote-unquote level cap for what's coming up in this next part of the chapter. In short, you will be fighting with Estelle at a severe disadvantage, so she needs to be as buff as she can get. Finally, once you're back in Bose, pop a save. And then if you open your race notebook, turn to chapter 5. Memories of Distant Days is the final request that we have to clean up here. Jesus Christ. Apologies if that got caught on the mic. My nose just decided to explode. Ooh. Yeah, snifflies. Anyway. Fauna is waiting at Kirsch's bar. I see no reason to keep her waiting any longer. Pardon, can I have a moment? Of course. What is it? Are you Corner? We're from the Bracer Guild. Oh my, yes. Thank you for coming. I've been waiting. This must be about my request. Nice to meet you then. I'm Estelle Bright, Senior Bracer. My apologies for calling on you like this. I fear I have no other resources left to me. This will take some time to explain. Can you hear me out? Yeah, why not? Of course. Go ahead. If this'll take a while, there's no need to stand around here. Let's have a seat and talk. Good idea. Let me see if I can claim us a table. So, from your posting, ma'am, you're searching for someone, right? Something about a person missing for 10 years. Yes, I'm searching for my niece. Her name is Rainey. If she's alive, He would be about 20 now. Wait, if she's alive? I don't quite... Wait. 10 years ago. I think I get what this is about now. The 100 Days War, of course. Oh. Yes, exactly. When hostilities broke out, my sister was staying in this city. She wasn't able to get out before the Imperial Army reached the city. Thanks to an acquaintance of my sister's, I soon learned of her and her husband's passing. And while I never had a word of exactly what happened to Rainey, well, it was easy to just assume. It's been 10 long years. I'd completely given up, assuming Rainey had long since joined the goddess. But very recently, I learned something new. A source told me that Rainey had not only survived, but had been adopted by someone here in Bose. So then, you think Rainey's alive? Honestly, I don't know. I barely dare to hope. And what's worse, my source was vague. I have no idea who adopted her. That makes things even harder. But my heart tells me to believe. To believe the sweet little girl my sister loved is still alive. I must believe, which is why I beg you, help me. Think we can all understand where you're coming from, ma'am. I definitely think it's worth investigating. We don't have much in the way of clues, though. All we have is a name and age, right? I do have a photograph of Rainey as well. A photo? That'd help. Yes, it's not much, but... Oh my goodness, there goes my blood sugar. Yeah, no kidding. She's, what, 10 in this photo, right? Yes, it was taken on her 10th birthday, just before her family left on holiday. Still, you seem distracted. Is something amiss? Oh, it's nothing really. I was just kinda mad, I guess. An innocent kid like that, caught up in that stupid war. Yeah. Know what you mean, Estelle. Which is why it's our duty to reunite this girl with a family. Yeah. Yeah. We'd like to borrow the photograph, if you don't mind, ma'am. Please, by all means. Well, we know what she looks like now, but... how are we actually gonna do this? Rainey could be anywhere. She might not even be in Bose anymore. We do have the photograph. It's very possible someone will remember her. Do you think that'll work? Well, it has only been 10 years. Even if no one remembers exactly what happened to her, there's a fair chance someone will at least remember her. It is our best shot, I guess. Let's start asking around then. Please, you are my only hope. If you find anything out, come by here again. We will. Yeah, we could go around town asking about it, but there is a more direct approach. Hello, everyone. You have my most sincere thanks for helping Miss Maybell. Yeah. I kind of feel like you're the one who suffered the most in all this. Are you sure you're okay? I am fine. Please do not worry on my account. More importantly, I believe you are heading to the Kingfisher Inn on Miss Maybell's invitation. You have been working very hard between the dragon case and other things. Please, enjoy this chance to relax. Miss Maybell worries after you greatly. Oh, thanks. We'll enjoy ourselves. Trust me. So if you go to your items, use the photograph. That picture. Yeah, you see? I I see. Do you have any idea who's in this photo? No. I'm afraid not. You're sure? You looked just a bit surprised when you saw it. Yes. I was struck by how much that girl resembles an acquaintance. I was a little unsure if it was her. I'm sorry, but I must get back to work. Pardon me. Well, if she won't come clean about it. This is... Estelle, where in the world did you get this picture? Well... Is that so? Why has this come up now of all times? Why do I get the feeling you have some idea of what's up? I may at that. Out of curiosity, have you shown that photograph to Lila yet? Yeah, actually, we showed it to her a bit ago. Did you now? Did she say anything? Yeah, she really freaked out for a moment when she saw it. She didn't say much of anything, though. Though it was so obvious she was hiding something, it almost hurt. I see. Blast it, Lila. Why? I suppose it falls to me to explain. I think I'm a little lost. You know the girl in the picture? Of course I do. I've known that girl in the picture for ages, and she's very important to me. Because the girl in that picture is Lila. Say what? Oh. The orchestra hits as a truth is revealed to the stage. You're sure? Completely and absolutely. Lila came to our home on a certain day 10 years ago. The day the army of Ouroboros began its assault on the city of Bose. No way. When Father returned after assisting in the evacuation of much of the citizenry, he had a girl with him. Father would only say that she'd been entrusted to him by strangers. That girl was Lila. Now that I look, she was even wearing the same clothes then, though they were bloody and torn. That more or less matches Corner's testimony. I think we have our answer. One thing, though, the names. We're looking for a girl named Rainey, not Lila. Rainey? So, that was Lila's old name. Yeah. That's what Corner told us, at least. Hang on. You didn't know Lila's real name, Mabel? No, she never told us. Wait a tick. She didn't tell you her name? She was 10 years old. Can't imagine she didn't know her own name. I wish she could have given us a name, or anything in those days. When Lila came to live with us, she could barely say anything at all. How can I even describe it? It was as if she was in a state where she'd forgotten how to speak entirely. How would that even... Extreme duress, extremes of duress, can cause one to lose the ability to speak. I know of all too many examples of that happening, courtesy of the horrors of war. For a 10-year-old girl to experience the same horrors that silent soldiers. Unspeakable. Yes, her soul was far more hurt than her body when she came to live with us. We all tried our best, but Lila always kept a little distance between herself and everyone else. So we never learned her true name. So, how'd she get the name Lila then? Father gave it to her. It was inconvenient, to say the least, for her to remain nameless. I see. I think we understand now. All that's left is to ask her. Yes. There's only one thing to do. Let me get Sarah to bring her here. I brought her, milady. Thank you, Sarah. Would you leave us for a bit? Of course. Pardon me. Lila, come here. What would you ask of me, Miss Mabel? Our brace of friends showed me this photograph. That's certainly a familiar face, isn't it? Leela? This is you, isn't it? I think I can guess why you're remaining quiet. You're concerned about Father, aren't you? I know you feel as though you owe Father a great debt, but Leela, I don't want that to be a burden on your life. And I know he wouldn't either. A burden? Yes. It's why you haven't said anything about this all this time, isn't it? You feel obligated to remain here out of debt to what Father did. That is, well... Father said it often, didn't he? Those trapped by the shackles of the past can never blaze a new trail. Leela, you've done more for our family than could ever have been expected or asked of you. You don't need to keep shackling yourself to the past. Go, meet this corner woman. Meet her and reclaim your life. Miss Maybell, I understand what you're trying to say. Unfortunately, however, the Rani you are searching for is no longer with us. Huh? What do you mean? Rani was killed in the 100 Days' War, alongside her parents. She rests peacefully somewhere in this land. That is what I've told myself all these years. Because if I didn't, it would be too sad, too lonely to bear. Oh, Leela. Leela. I can't believe this. I've been such an idiot. You've been bearing all this within you all this time. I should have... Leela? I don't think you need to lie to yourself anymore, do you? I'm sorry. Maybell, Sarah, Mayna, the people of the market, and I bet a lot of others around town too. Everyone thinks of you as part of their family, Leela. There's no way you're alone anymore. Estelle. Indeed. Damn straight. Indeed. If nothing else, you have the passionate love of Olivier Lenheim. Leela, are you listening? Do you see what they mean? You're one of the most... No. With Father gone, you're the most precious, important person in my life. So saying you're alone like that... Please don't say something so terribly sad. You've never been alone, Leela. Ever. Miss Maybell. And Leela? Lying to yourself to forget something painful? It's exactly what Father hated to see. Someone trapped by their past. Father entrusted us both with such a valuable lesson. Please, don't let it go to waste. Leela, go meet Corner. Please. Or does what Father taught us mean so little to you? Very well. I'll accept defeat. Miss Maybell, you're terrible. How is anyone meant to say no to an argument like that? That, my dear Leela, is the secret to driving a hard bargain. Always good to see a happy ending to stuff like this. Good to see that's all settled. Yes, I'm glad. Come on then, let's go meet her. Pardon? Go meet... you're coming, Maybell? Hey, it's cool. She's basically going to be representing her old man. I can get behind that. Yes, precisely. Come on, Leela. Let's be off. All right. I'll accompany you then. Oh, no, you don't. I'm the one accompanying you this time. Come on, get in front of me. Left, right, left, right. Let's go. But... It's okay, Leela. After all, you're the star this time. Precisely, see? Listen to the smart bracer lady. Come on! Hurry now, I'll be right behind you. Maybell. I see. To think things got so complicated. Rainy, I'm so sorry we didn't come looking for you. I wish we could have found you sooner. No, Auntie, don't apologize. It wasn't anyone's fault, except maybe that of Time's. And over the last 10 years, I can honestly say I've been very happy. Miss Maybell, thank you so very much. I owe you and your father a debt that can never be repaid. No, not at all. If anything, I should be grateful to you, and your sister and her husband. Leela has been such an important part of my life. I should say Rainey. I'm sorry. No, please, call her as you have. That is the name she has here, after all. I am just glad to know that she has been safe and happy, no matter her name. Miss Maybell, I beg you, please continue to take care of her. Well, I would certainly love for her to remain with us, but do you not intend to take her home with you? Oh, I planned to at first, of course, but seeing her now, I couldn't be so cruel. To continue living here with the people she loves and all her friends. No one who loves her could take that away from her. Auntie Cora. Now, Dumpling, don't make that face. Of course, I do hope you'll visit your uncle and me every once in a while. I know the distance will make it difficult, but we would both love it. Why would distance be an issue? I didn't mention, but our home is quite far away. You know where the Le Mans State is, I take it. The Le Mans State? Of course I've heard of it. That's where the guild has its training ground and headquarters. Yeah, I think most bracers know about it. I see. So Leela's not from Liberl. That does sort of explain the kind of unique feeling she's always given off. Even by airship, it is quite a trip. I do hope you will come and visit one day. But even then, I will still keep in touch. I will too. And I promise I'll find time to visit. I'll be counting the days until then. Now, Rainey, let me get another good look at you. You really are the image of your mother. I look like... Mother? That you do. Not just in appearance, but even in the way you move, your speech. You really are so like your mother when she was your age. I'm sure she has been watching over you. Your wonderful new friends and family. It's what she would have wanted. Live happily, my Rainey. For your mother's sake as well. I will, Auntie. I promise I will. Say, Leela. Yes, Miss Maybell. About what we were discussing earlier. When were you planning on doing it? My trip back to Le Mans, you mean? I haven't quite decided yet. Alright. Just be sure to let me know when you're going well in advance, okay? I'll need to adjust my schedule. What do you mean, Miss Maybell? Well, I am going with you after all. I really want to see what your home is like. Besides what? I was thinking, it would be really nice to hear some stories from your childhood. I know you've heard all sorts of stories about me from before you came to live here. And I need to find some kind of embarrassing chink in that armor of yours, or I won't be able to do anything to you. So you're after my naughtiest secrets. Well, I'm afraid I shall have to disappoint you, Miss Maybell. My early childhood was one of exquisite conduct. Unlike certain infamous tomboys, who would be scandalized should their pasts be made public, I have nothing to fear. Oh, really? I wouldn't underestimate my ability to sniff out the truth if I were you. Well, let's see what you can manage. I'll let you know as soon as I've made a decision. Please do, Leela. Anyway, what's on the agenda for today? You have your regularly scheduled meetings inside the manor from morning until tea time. Afterward, you will attend the review board for applicants to the market. Wait, the review board? That's today? Oh, Adios, just strike me dead. I have to read those application evaluations right away. Leela, hurry! We've got to move it! Oh, goodness. Something tells me I won't be going to Le Mans for a while. With that out of the way, let's go turn in all of our requests for this part of the chapter. Memories of Distant Days, 5 BP. 3 plus 2, Mine Extermination, plus 6. Our BP total should be 272. Nice. With all of that done, that is finally everything in Bose cleared up. We can finally get a move on. Been a long bit of an introduction, but, you know, it was necessary. First and foremost, if there is any grinding you want to do, I recommend you get it done now before you sign in at the Kingfisher. If you don't, you will probably regret it. In addition, you want to make sure that Estelle has a fair kit, because she will be mandatory for the next section. Not like she isn't mandatory everywhere, but you know what I mean. Mine is level 68. Has the Gladiator Headband and the Grail Locket. I highly recommend equipping the Grail Locket to Estelle, specifically. And we're finally here. Can drop a save. If you didn't come here to fish before, you can do it now. Same difference. And here's the rest of them. What? Kevin, what are you doing here? Oh, it's a long and harrowing story. We passed by him on the road, so we invited him to join us. On the road? Were you traveling again? Why were you traveling again, Kevin? To be honest, my goal was to investigate the Ambrel Tower. After we said our goodbyes in Roland, I've been running around looking into all the towers. All the towers? That makes it sound like you visited the others already. Yep, I've been busy with that pretty much. That's why I was kinda AWOL during the whole dragon business. Sorry I couldn't give a hand with that. I figured you guys might come out here for a break after that, so... That makes sense. Well then, should we have a sit down right now? How's about we do it over dinner? That'll help the, information flow freely, you know? Oh yeah! So you're really staying here, Kevin? Well, from what I hear, this is a pretty famous inn, right? Like your friend said. I figured I'd join in the festivities, if you don't mind. That's, kind of out of the blue. You have helped us out a lot, though. What do you think, guys? I ain't got a problem with it. It is a nice way to settle our debt to the good father. Yeah, I want him to stay too. I see no reason to object. I wonder if it's fate bringing us together. Well, if he's here, let's have some fun. Thank you. Ain't much in the way of thanks, but if you still got stuff that needs doing, I'll be happy to tag along. Abuse me as much as you need. Sure, well if you want to help with something, Kevin. Kevin can now be added to the party. As such, Shreya's has now lost her usefulness. Sorry, Shara. I know I only used you for, like, a chapter and a quarter. Yeah. Kevin is now essentially going to be a permanent fixture in the party, pretty much. From this point of the story forward.
No problem.
We are Sausage Fest. So, Kevin, since we last met, he has gone through his air shooter and now has Aeroblast. Or Arbalast, bleh, if I can speak. It also comes with protect gear and spike gear. Gonna equip him with a crest charm and a T anklet. He also comes equipped with Action 3, EP 3, HP 3, Mind 2, Defense 2. Kevin is interesting. In no uncertain terms. Either way, putting scent on him, you can't really go wrong. Additionally, can't really think of any particularly good quartz to stick on him, so I'm just going to put a cast 2 in that final slot. Bumps him up to having a Shadow Spear. And a bunch of other cool stuff too. That and cast 2 is just going to be really good on Kevin as well. We are going to need to remove that Action 3 at some point and stick it on Estelle, but technicalities. You can take the Action 2 for now. And we can switch out that Death Blow Quartz that we're not really using for Action 3. Does remove Kevin's White Gehenna access, but that's fine. Because it's not that warranted coming up. I do not believe Kevin has any new arts that we need to go over. Other than the fact that Kevin with Grail Sphere is a bit broken, but that's neither here nor there. Also going to equip him with one of our Gladiator headbands, because I can. Womp. Crest Charm will be the primary thing that we need. Buzzers also work for some of our arts casters, so that's fine. Anistar has the Grail Locket, so she don't care. Kevin has no CP, but we have Tomatario sandwiches, so who gives a donkeys? He is a bit underleveled comparatively, but that's also fine for now. With that out of the way, let's relax. Thank you very much for choosing to stay at the Kingfisher Inn. Now, allow me to show you to your rooms. Yes, please do. And this is the room we have set aside for the ladies. Wow. Yeah, Tita. Wow. This is lovely. It feels peaceful, too. This is the room we used last time we stayed here, right? We ended up having to sneak into the bandit base and didn't really get to enjoy it much. Yes, I hope you can spend a bit more time in it this time. I did at least get to spend one night in a comfortable bed that time. The way I remember it, Shara drank you under the table and laid you out like a sack of garbage. This time I'll be able to drink to my heart's content. This is the room we had set aside for the gentlemen, but I'm sorry, there must have been some confusion about your party size. You may use the room next door for the men as well. Ah, right. I kinda jumped in on this train at the last second. You guys pick rooms and I'll roll with it. How about it? I have no preference. I don't care much either way. Well then, I shall share a room with Agate. Wait a second. What's with the sudden desire to bunk with me? Is it not obvious, Agate? A raven with clipped wings, mended by a tender-hearted young girl. I would be a failure bard if I did not hear every detail of that encounter. And also... Huh? What? Agate, try not to murder him, okay? Although, I am sort of curious as to how that went down myself. But we just talked is all. That doesn't make us any less interested in hearing about it. Maybe more so, in fact. Perhaps we should hear the whole story before calling it a night, Aww. Come now, you two. Don't tease Tita so much. I feel bad for her. Regardless, I would ask Zinn and Kevin to share the other room. I have no problem with that. Hey, I'm not one to stand in the way of a good time, so sure. Allow me to show you to your room. Now, hang on! We are not done with this conversation! Hey! Poor Agate. Poor Agate. Yow. Sounds like things got, kinda crazy. So there really was an ancient dragon nesting in Liberl. And warned about the Aureole before flying off, huh? Yeah, makes my head spin just thinking about everything that happened. What I really don't get is why Ragnar couldn't tell us anything about the Aureole. Actually, there is a line in the Testaments this reminds me of. And the goddess, having bequeathed her treasures, sent forth the holy beasts to observe the path the children of men would take. A holy beast? That certainly does seem like Ragnar. The more pertinent point, I feel, is the command to observe. They may simply watch over us, and were commanded not to interfere. Load of help that is. Well, one way or another, I sure think this makes it look like the Aureole exists. Think we can start to piece things together, thanks to what I've found in my poking around. Right, you're investigating the towers. Did you find anything out? A little bit, yeah. I think you guys are familiar with those weird machines at the top of each tower, right? Did you know they're currently glowing? Yeah, I remember seeing that one was all lit up. I don't, quite get what that has to do with the Aureole, though. Well, Captain Schwartz mentioned something to me. Something weird happened in that room where you fought Alan Richard just before that mechanical monster showed up, right? Oh yeah. If I remember right, after the gospel was used, all the lights in the ruin went out. And then there was this voice out of nowhere giving a warning, and the pillars all sunk into the floor. Right. The warning was about the first barrier being no longer operative and the device towers being enabled, as I recall. Yeah, that's what I heard. So on a hunch, I double-checked the timing with some witnesses. Those 4 towers started lighting up and stuff at the same time the gospel was used. You're kidding! So, the device towers the warning mentioned, The 4 towers of Liberl and the machines at their peaks. I don't got any other explanation, at least. So, to sum it up then, the ruins beneath Gronsel Castle are what produces this first barrier. However, when Colonel Richard used the gospel, this barrier was eliminated. And, in its place, the device towers were activated, presumably to produce a second barrier of some sort. A second barrier? But why would you... If you're gonna protect something, you always want to make sure you have a backup. Don't answer the questions of what kind of barrier it is. What the hell it is a barrier for, though. About that, I'm starting to think it's something to hide the location of the Aureole. That's right! The Aureole wasn't in the center of the castle ruins. But it's still supposed to be somewhere in Liberl, right? Exactly. And if we assume the Society's goal is to obtain the Aureole, then I think we can say their experiments are part of a plan to further that goal. They need to do all that just to... The experiments, the Gospels, and the Aureole. It seems they are more tightly interwoven than we first believed. And the one sitting at the loom would be this man called the Professor? Yeah, it's all him. Same guy who put the gospel on Ragnar's head and made him attack Bose. And the one who... Estelle? What's up, Estelle? You got awfully quiet all of a sudden. Yeah, about this professor. I think he's the one who made Joshua leave in the first place. What? Wait a moment. You mean he's the one who orchestrated the events that brought Joshua into your home? And then made him leave the way he did? I think so. And I bet he's the one who manipulated Colonel Richard and Kurt's memories. You're kidding! We do not have an explanation for Kurt's memories, it is true. Why do you think this? Well, you see... That really happened? Is this another thing you've been trying to shoulder all by yourself or something? Not exactly, but... Sorry, I guess it's kinda late to bring it up now. I don't think there can be any doubt at this point, though. It's safe to say this person must be the one responsible for all our trouble. He is clearly a man of twisted morals. Yes, we'll need to be careful. Oh, sorry, Tita. I didn't mean to bring up all this serious junk when we came out here to relax. Oh, no, it's okay, Estelle. I was just wondering why someone would do things like this. Make everyone so unhappy, make Joshua suffer. I just don't get it. Tita, don't worry about trying to understand a weirdo like that, okay? You just need to worry about being Tita. Right, Agate? Why the hell do you keep dragging me into these conversations? We needed that, I think. Kevin? Oh, nothing. So, how's about we call that enough information swapping for one day? It'd be a crime to let all this wonderful food go to waste. Can't say no to that. Yes, let us leave the debate aside for now. Instead, let us navigate the forests of meat through the rivers of liquor. A merriment awaits. Rivers of liquor, Lernheim? That was an unfortunate metaphor. Oh, please, Shara, do not make me swim. Poor Olivier. So, Estelle and her friends set about enjoying their holiday. So, everything from first chapter is starting to come together now, just a bit. Setting aside their cares for a while, they slumbered peacefully and awoke as they wished come the dawn. Of course Olivier's playing his goddamn lute. Why would he not? In the morning, they borrowed a couple of boats and enjoyed an excursion on the lake. Noon saw a pleasant lunch with no small bit of horseplay. And the evening was perfect for setting a fish line and letting the hours disappear. Time passed quickly by the idyllic shores of the lake. That was so much fun. It was! It feels like we've been refreshed, body and soul. Yeah, it's been a while since I've had this much fun without drinking. Shara, minus in the room, influences, etc. And weren't you slamming back some kind of fruit liquor like a fiend while we were fishing? Oh, honey, please. Something that light doesn't even count. Right, Princess. Tita? I think I will invoke, royal prerogative to refrain from commenting. On a tangent from that, though, Estelle, you're really very good at fishing. You think so? Yeah, you are. You pulled them up one after another. It's been a hobby since she was little. And speaking of, Kevin made quite a showing for himself too. I noticed that. He really seems to like fishing. He definitely knows how to handle a rod and whatnot, that's for sure. If he got a bit better, he might even make a good rival for me. The love of... Not everything has to be a competition, Estelle. Still, though, it's a lovely evening. Estelle? What is it? Nothing. I think I need to go enjoy that lovely evening for a bit. I'll be back for dinner. I understand. Don't be gone too late, or I'll eat your portion too. Yeah, I know. See you guys later. Estelle? Shara? Don't worry, Tita. I'd like you to leave her alone for a little while, if that's okay. This is about Joshua, isn't it? A good guess. The evening was just as lovely back then, too. Guys' rooms are empty, so I wonder where they could be. Yo, Estelle. You walking around again? You're like a perpetual motion machine, you know that? I guess so, yeah. What are you doing, Agate? Just sitting back and relaxing while we can. Winding down, basically. That's why we came out here, after all. Heck yeah, it is. You gotta relax sometime. I won't have to take one day off work. Darn right. Anyway, see ya. Ah, good day, Estelle. The finest liquor, the freshest food. Indeed, it is the picture of refinement. If I had a lovely lady pouring my drinks, then I would have no complaints at all. But oh, that can be saved for after dinner. Going fishing again? Well, don't get so absorbed that you forget about dinner. Oh, hey Estelle. Already feeling teed out? Not really. Cher's still relaxing in her room. I just wanted to get out for a bit. Alright. Well, try and get back before dark. Can do a spot of fishing if you like, but no particular reason to. If you try and leave. Let's head down to the dock. What a pretty sunset. It's just like that time. The sky, the sunset, the water. It's all just like before. Everyone's having fun, but it's not really the same at all, is it? I'm hopeless, aren't I? I made up my mind to chase after him at my own pace, but Mom and Joshua must be laughing at me. That's right. I did play it once during the dream. I wonder if I can do it again. Hmm? That was really pretty, Estelle. Kevin? I came by because I was curious who was belting out the melodies. Gotta admit, I didn't think it'd be you. So, I guess you do have hobbies other than sneakers and fishing, huh? Harmonica playing's kind of out of character for me, huh? Nah, not hardly. It suits you. Gotta be honest, I think you're better at fishing, but... you can just come out and tell me I'm bad. Even I don't think I'm really good at this. You made a couple technical mistakes, sure. What matters is music in the heart. And that little performance of yours carried your heart. Trust me. Oh, thanks. Mind if I get a little closer? Oh, sure, go ahead. Got a question I'd like to ask you. Estelle, what are you gonna say when you meet this boyfriend of yours? Huh? From what I've gathered, he left under what we might call, circumstances. Heavy ones. Even if you finally catch up to him, have you thought about what you're gonna say to him after all this? I had convinced myself I was gonna drag him back, even if I had to pull him by the hair. But I don't think I can really do something that forceful. Or crazy. To be completely honest, I don't know if what I have to say will even reach Joshua. And even knowing all that, you're still trying to find him? Yeah. I've thought a lot about Joshua's situation, and my own feelings. Failings. No matter how hard I try, though, the words to deal with it all just don't come to me when I sit around. So, I'll just let the words come when I finally meet him. What? After all, my feelings aren't mine alone, right? There's something that grew between Joshua and me when we were together. So I think I'll only really be able to find those words once I see him again. Once we meet, our hearts will do the talking. That's why I refuse to worry about that until we find him. I mean, sometimes I get a little sentimental, sure, but let's just call that lady's privilege. Oh, man. That didn't go according to the steps at all. What? Step 1. Estelle is all sentimental and down. Step 2. Estelle worries over a comment from me. Step 3. I follow up nicely. Step 4. Estelle starts feeling better and her opinion of me rises sharply because of it. See? Profit. That was the brilliant plan I was aiming for, but, somehow you skip steps 2 and 3 and thus 4, I think. Sorry. You're still a good priest, Kevin. You do pay attention to people with worries like me. Well, it's true that's part of a priest's job. I gotta admit, I was paying attention to you for the reasons that are more personal, Estelle. Huh? What are you... Hold that thought. What? Now I'm... What is it? Not sure. Just looks like a boat's approaching. And I think someone's inside it. What? Uh-oh. Kurt! I patched him up as best I can, but his wounds are pretty serious. He'll have to stay bedbound for a while. Poor Kurt. Never thought I'd see the day where Kurt gets thrashed like this. The hell happened? Kurt and his team were really close to finding the Society's base from what the Grant told us. Which means Annalise and Khan and Grant should have been with... Oh no! This is bad. I called the Grant on the inn's phone. He's contacting the other branches and the Royal Army now. But, if things have gone wrong, Annalise and the others will... We know. Don't panic. We need to get out there and do what we can. Problem is, where the hell did Kurt's boat float in from? It is curious. Valeria Lake has no islands or reefs, correct? That's right. It's tremendously deep, so it must have floated in from another shore. It could be very hard to divine precisely which shore, though. Yeah, the lake is huge. I guess we can ask the army patrol ships to help too, but... Ugh. Huh? Ah, this is... Estelle, Agate, everyone. This is the Kingfisher Inn, on the lakeshore in Bose. You drifted here on the waves, you tough old goat. The Kingfisher. Yes, I see. I remember my teammates and I infiltrating the Society's base. And then I... Kurt? Don't tell me. Damn it all! Have my memory stolen not once, but twice. Ugh! I knew it. The Society has intruded upon your mind once again. Zin, please. Use your chi on me as you did last time. Otherwise, everyone else will... The last time was a desperate improvisation. It won't be able to restore memories locked away by hypnosis. Besides, with your injuries, no. We cannot risk it. But... in that case, let me try something. What? And you are? Kevin Graham, Growl's Ritter of the Church. I think Annalise might have told you about me. Ah, yes. Hang on a sec, Kevin. You can undo hypnosis? Well, don't know what I could do about any nasty stuff that's wormed its way into the subconscious, but I think I can manage a little something if it's just some kind of block on his short-term memory. Doesn't seem like it's been that long since he was hit, so... Oh, neat. Is this an example of thaumaturgy, the secret arts of the church? You might call it that. This, might feel like your head's getting kicked by a mule, repeatedly. I'm guessing you don't care much, though. Not at all. Please, do what you can. Alright. In the name of she who dwells above, do I hold this consecrated septium. Wow. So pretty. Silver reflection of the conscious will. Black luminance of time's flow. By your opposing natures, I divest this mortal man of the ties which bind his mind. Ugh. Kurt, you okay? Yes, I think so. So much is returning, as though a mist is clearing from my mind. Just let the fog clear. Remain calm and relaxed. Whatever you do, don't try and look into the darkness that lies beyond. Yes, I understand. Huh. I see what you meant when you warned me this would be unpleasant. That is, my ego, isn't it? You can tell? I'm surprised. I am proficient in meditation, remember? I'm fine. I think I remember enough now. Really? Great. An impressive technique. You really are more than just a skirt-chasing priest. Well done, Kevin. Come on, don't inflate my ego too much here. I mean, a little, sure, but not too much. Anyhow, Kurt, what do you remember exactly? Yes, well, the Society has a base on the northwestern shore of the lake. They've built some kind of research facility in secret. A research facility? When did they? Where did they? The northwestern part of the lakeshore is sparsely populated at best. Even so, guard ships do patrol over the area. The facility is cleverly hidden. They project a dummy image into the sky to prevent aerial scouting. What? Well, that is an impressive feat. It's theoretically possible, but how would you... And if you approach by land, a deep fog springs up around you as you draw near. A fog? Sounds just like Roland. We broke through the fog and entered the facility. But then, we were ambushed by a team of people calling themselves enforcers. They caught us completely off guard and crushed us almost instantly. I lost consciousness not long after reaching the boat. Damn my cowardice! Abandoning Grant and Kana and Annalise like that. Kurt, don't worry about it, okay? We're gonna save Annalise and all the rest. Estelle? Don't worry, Kurt. You told us everything we need to know to go kick some fools around. Yes, on top of that, I suspect we'll have some help from the Royal Army. Leave the rest to us. Thank you. Forgive me. I leave it in your hands. Kurt! Don't worry, he's just unconscious. Anyway, sounds like we don't have time to stand around. Right. We need to get going before the army does. Estelle, I'm sure I don't need to tell you this, but... Yeah, I know. This is going to be the most dangerous thing we've ever done. By a lot. Do you know what? I was prepared to settle things with the Society one way or another. It'll just happen sooner than I thought. Estelle. Well, I think that was the shortest vacation in history. Nah, we got plenty of rest. Now it's time to gear up for the real fight. There is a problem. A small army of us going together would stand out too much. It'd be best to send a smaller group, I think. Yeah, good idea. Hey everyone, do you mind if I pick a team like I did back in the ruins? As you did beneath Gransel. I think that's for the best. I'll be happy to come along. Sure, I don't mind. I won't hold any grudges if you don't pick me. Though I do want to bust some heads. Of course, though you will naturally ask me to come along. If you need someone who can heal injuries, I will be happy to come along. I can help with machines and stuff, I think. Thanks, guys. Sorry to spoil the fun, but... do you mind picking me first? Huh? From the sounds of it, Annalise and your friends are in the Society's claws. If they've been given the same treatment Kurt was, or worse, what will you guys do exactly? Oh, I see. A good idea. Yeah, good point. Looks like you're in no matter what, Mr. Priest. Thank you. We should be thanking you, Kevin. Okay, let me pick the rest of the team.
Leave it to me.
We'll be taking less sausage first. Game just lets you change your equipment there to get any quartz off of characters that you don't want it on. Sure is quiet. You'd think we'd be able to see the beach soon or something. We should be going in the right direction. Best thing to do now is just plow forward. Besides, check out that moon. This is the sort of night you'd want to take a girlfriend out on a date, really. And someone's as mellowed out as ever. But, do you actually have a girlfriend, Kevin? Despite what you might think, I have at least one candidate in each town on the continent, and... Candidate, meaning you don't actually have one. Come on, at least let me finish bragging. You are but a squire in love, Sir Knight. Though, Kevin, why are you out here on your own still? This is becoming kind of a big deal, and you have no backup aside from us. Are the Grolsritter kind of understaffed? Well, the situation's kind of complicated. I got dispatched out here on my own at first, yeah. If stuff really hits the rotating thingamajigger, though, some of my buddies might fly out here. Oh, okay. So the Grolsritter's job is the retrieval of artifacts, right? More accurately, investigation, management, and retrieval. And retrieval usually means recovering it from someone. Church has forbidden the average citizen from owning working artifacts, and most nations agree and let us work. What's with all this locking down? Seems like a lot of effort for old machines. Okay, so the thing is, there's lots and lots of different types of artifacts, right? Nobody really knows how or why they work yet. Despite that, they do work, and depending on how you use them, they can have some absolutely crazy abilities. What do you think tends to happen when you put infinite cosmic power in the hands of your average citizen? I, can guess, but what? The biggest thing is actually obsession. They can't resist the seduction of power and inevitably use the artifact for nothing good. Seriously? Always? We've seen it happen time and time again throughout history, sadly enough. Estelle, you remember Mayor Dalmore well enough to know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah, Dalmore did seem to have this awful mean streak in him. Wasn't like that mind-controlled Kapua boss guy. Dalmore seemed like he felt he could fight the whole world and win. Holding absolute power gives people a warped sort of confidence. Erases their ability to control themselves. It's the mission of the Graalsbritter to stop that before it happens. Ain't always the prettiest job in the world, but... Really? It simply means the church has its own business, Estelle. For example, in some cases, individuals are allowed to possess or keep artifacts, are they not? Man, you do know a lot. Well, I'm gonna have to say no comment on that one, Mr. Bard. Got a duty to keep church business confidential and all that. Of course, my good man. Urge to push Kevin off the boat. Rising. Hey! Land frickin' ho! It looks like judging from this soup. Now we really got no choice but to plow on ahead. Yeah. Stay alert, everyone. They might try and ambush us. Finally make it to that place we saw in the cutscenes a long time ago. Looks like we made it through. Alright, we've arrived. I don't see anyone around, but, well... Yeah, nobody let your guard down. First order of business, I think, is giving that building a head of scouting out. Don't forget who we're fighting here, either. Things go south, we should get out pronto. Yeah, good point. So, the Lakeside Lab is interesting in its structure. Front door, but go figure, it's not going to be that easy. We'll need to find another entrance. This is... probably one of my favorite tracks in this whole game. I'll give you a minute. What in the world? Okay, I expected a lot, but not this. Huh, don't see anyone around. Uh-oh. No way! Archaisms! Boo-womp. So, if you did the mine extermination quest, these guys should not be a stranger to you. Vogel 570s, Vogel 235s. Pretty much, the 235s works the same as the red ones from mine extermination, but the Vogel 570s have a different effect where they can call for help if they are low on HP. Pretty much, wipe them out before they can become an issue. That's all you need to do. I see no reason to treat them with kid gloves. A hearty hop, and off they go. To the scrapyard. I think we're still alive. Mostly. But these things, they're the same as the ones that showed up in the mine. So they really are society-controlled archaisms. Yeah. Except they ain't archaic. They're like the ones that assaulted us on the Arnenberg. They were made recently. There is something else curious, I fear. We made a scene to raise Gehenna, yet this place remains as silent as a tomb. No one is coming. Yeah, you're right. You'd think that Unlace or even one of the enforcers would come to investigate. Those things were probably on some kind of automated patrol. Looks like we really do need to check every corner. So, if you check this door, the door is locked. The keypad next to it is blue. Keep that in mind. Nothing else in this room that we can interact with though, so let's head down. And these chests mimic the ones that we found inside the sealed area. In the dust, you can faintly make out the imprint of whatever was hidden here previously. Also, that means that we can now switch Kevin off of a Crash Charm and give him a buzzer. Just more normal Vogels, nothing too strenuous to take care of. We'll just give him a bonkin. And a whomp. Yippee! Olivier can pretty much take care of all the combat encounters, provided that you have Ingenuity on him, because he will just regenerate all of his EP in between fights. Like if I just sit here for a second, you can see it's ticking up. So while we're exploring, we will be passively regenning and all the fun stuff. That gate is locked, but pull the lever, and the lock on the front door opens. Which means we can now use this as an access point to go and use that EP recharging station if you ever do get low. You want to head all the way over to the far right first, and save, as this is a monster chest. 200% Thunder Break 2 should be enough. This encounter is not particularly difficult. If you are around level 65 to 68, like I am, should be easy. Slim pickings. Vogel here is the only one left. We can just finish it with something simple like a blue impact. Whop. And we get the Wind Blast. Go to Kevin. Wind Blast boosts attack by 60. Very nice. And we can bonk into the back of this one. Whack whack.
Enjoy the show.
Check this door, needs a green key card. Can't do anything with that yet. This one needs a red key card. Can't do anything with that yet either. Next, in this room, there's a chest with an EP charge 2. Not that you should be wasting them here. Open this and we find a defense 4. Gives Olivier Earth Wall. Do not see why not. Also gives him Titanic Roar, but Titanic Roar kind of sucks, so meh on that one. Alright, slot. Fine then, that's how it must be. What Rage 2? Try and get Kevin some CP here. Yippee! Donk donk donk. They don't drop anything particularly interesting either. Just make it a point to take them out as you come across them. Ah, crap. I deserve that one. Whee! Get very used to the aerial sound effect, because that is all we're going to be hearing for a little bit. Head up. There is a Vogel on the bottom side of the room. Wow, okay. Yeah, that'll do it. Wow. And we made some rainbow surprises. I don't see why not. More rage on Agate. Just wanted to get that up so I made sure he didn't die. Healers will be fine, barely. Done and done. Before we head through that way, you want to head back out to the front and heal if you're low like this. It does respawn the enemies, but we're just fighting everything once as we pass through, so that's not really an issue for me. Poke them with your big pointy stick, and then run away. Right, go up the corridor, and then take a left. Notice that the floor pattern in front of this door is different, but it's blocked. We'll get to that later. God damn it, game! As soon as I go outside to heal, you just slap one there. Alright, fine. Fine then, I see how it is. With your bull... Cuckoo. Go for the aerial. And follow up with Olivier's, and it's done. Go on.
Enjoy the show.
Get that insulating tape. And we can just rest right there. Because the game is so nice and placed a very convenient thing there for us. Before you enter the red door, make sure you save. and prepare to die, pretty much. That's the long short of it. Just prepare to die. All of the death and the murder. Gonna switch up my tactics menu. What the? Grant! Thank Adios is safe. Todd told us what happened and we came as soon as we... Hold on. Something's up. Huh? Damn it! To battle! Oh dear. Uh-oh. So, the beginning of this fight sucks. Music doesn't though. I have to think. So Grant, in case you couldn't tell, is currently not himself. Which does unfortunately mean that we're going to get rather busy.
I'll save you.
Brace are under strong hypnosis, attacks using one craft after another, which means he is mostly using physical damage, which means a Lark Crest will come in very handy. He is accompanied by 2 Vogel 235s, not too difficult to deal with, 1 aerial, and that'll be them done. The thing you have to watch out for is if Grant starts going after your casters, because then you've got an issue. He will generally outspeed you and then dome you. He's also quite physically powerful as well, which is unfortunate. And his AoE arts can tend to be a bunkum. Because they are multi-hit, they will go through your attack, shields. Sorry, Kevin. I misplayed that horribly. Technique Nightmare. Big owie! It's as I say, he's a bit of a bitch. Wake up, Grant! It's pimp slapping time. Watch out! And wobble. No investment in strength, and active strength down because I have a defense court, by the way. Funny. Stop it, you. Sit down. That is curtains for Estelle, I'm afraid. As I said, he is ridiculously fast. We are also about to die, by the way. I'll just show this off while we're here. Anyway, you get the gist. Come on, Grant. Hurry up. When he gets low enough on health, he will just spam Big Bang. If you get too close, he'll use Nightmare. If you're lucky, he'll just do that and basically pose 0 threat. Gonna use Zodiac. Buck down just to stop Grant's murderous rampage. And then Zodiac! I do not believe we've gotten to see this in a fight in a long time, so here we are. Very sick animation. If you aren't confident in your ability to handle with the boss's damage, bringing Chloe for this is not an awful idea, as Comfort 2 is a 20% strength debuff, I think. It's significant. Who do I need to heal is the question. Probably no one, actually. I just want damage. Olivia should be alright. Never mind. Okay. Next, we want to use Kevin's 200% S-Break. With 200%, as Grailsphere does not deal damage, Grailsphere's effect instead is it applies 2 stacks of guard. The only way in this game you can apply 2 stacks of guard at once. It is incredibly useful in basically every fight he's in. And I don't really see any other reason to enunciate on that, because it's pretty self-explanatory. No damage equals good damage. Unless you're dealing no damage, and then it's bad. Thankfully, he's being exceedingly dumb right now, which is fine. Gonna go for a blue impact because it's one of the highest single damage arts that we have at the minute. Agate's already been healed, so Kevin will take care of himself. 2k damage on Olivier is kinda nutty. Dragoon Edge just gives Agate a bit of range. Gets eaten by one of our guard stacks. I'm going to move Estelle away so he can't double whirlwind someone. And I'll do Ascension. Bad, but not unworkable. Once everyone has an Earth Guard up, you just kind of want to spread them out so they don't get caught in the AoE effect of Grant's stuff. And after that, you should be good, unless you hit someone with a multi-hit. Then you've got issues. The annoying thing about the Grant Special is the delay. As long as you can avoid being delayed, you should be okay. Ah, damn. Kill steal! Yippee! That Grant is down. Oh, how the heck does he manage swings like that? Son of a... Ravens are one thing, but controlling a bracer like this? Now then. Ugh. Sorry. Guess I got in the way, huh? Grant, you're okay! Got a handle on what happened, Grant? Yeah. Can't remember the face, but someone hijacked my mind or something. I was ordered to stop any other intruders coming through here. It must be that professor guy. Grant, where are Khan and Annalise? Do you know? I don't. We got separated and they caught us each alone. They're probably chained up in their own minds somewhere in here like I was. Ugh. Grant! Here, give me a shoulder. We've got a boat on the beach. We'll take you there. Nah, I'm okay. I know the layout of the building, so I can get out on my own. I won't drag you guys down any further. Just please, find Khan and Annalise. Grant. Yeah, leave it to us. Is he really gonna be okay? For now, we just need to trust him and keep moving. There's 2 more, right? Yeah. We'll need to get moving then. Come on! Check the console at the back. Archaism classification. The orbital droid weapons utilized by the Society are modeled after the ancient Archaism weapons and developed by the research organization, the 13 Factories, under the direct command of an Anguis. Furthermore, these facilities produce primarily standardized humanoid units, such as both types of patrol units, the Vogel, the Scout unit, the Port Seeker, as well as the combat unit, Vanguard, but development based on the Guardian 4 new, following text redacted. Received red card key. So, we have a red key now, which means we can open red doors. The only red door in recent memory leads to the next floor. Almost. We head all the way down. We can use the red card key here. We head in. What the? That's the thing from before! Oh boy. That's definitely the same one as beneath the castle. Why is it here of all places? And far more importantly, why are there 2 of them now? This is already complicated enough world. Thanks. It does seem that way. If nothing else, this place is home to greater horrors than we'd imagined. Nothing in here for us to mess with. No particular requirement to go in that room either, just something interesting I thought I would show off. If you use the keycard here, 2nd floor. On to floor 2. It's a bit complicated. We see there's a green keycard door with that same upwards arrow. That means that's the next floor. Blue keycard door that we can't use there. Let's shimmy shammy. There's an EP charge. The chest is empty, and if it could eat you, it would. Bonk. Bonk. Problem solved. while we are trekking through the facility, I'd just like to make points that this is kind of the ramp-up of everything in FC coming to a close, and the plot of SC really starting to kick into high gear. There's a couple loose ends left untied, but not for long. Anyway, we got night vision goggles. Yeah. Yeah. Not the most fun in the world. Green door, which we can't do anything with. Head down yet further, go to the right. And there are these pods. Curious. Less about them for now, though. Just all these pieces of ancient tech all over the place. Really adds to that air of mystery the place already has. It is also quite creepy. It's kind of like Ouroboros flexing just a bit. And I like that idea. Anyway, looking at everything in this room, there's just capsules of floating water. Seemingly stasis pods for something, but... Alright. Next room, if you hate crap lighting, cover your eyeballs and just follow me. God. Wanna stick as close to that wall as you can. Push through, and ebony shoes. Chest is as empty as your soul. There we go. Then we want to traverse to the other side of the room. Is it along that wall? No, it's not. It's around... If you go through this square set of boxes, you're in kind of the right place. Up. And don't go through that door, but keep following left. And there's a blue keycard door. Anyway, you know the gist with these. Save your gimbly gam and head in. Oh no! Ah, crap. They got Kana too. No choice but to fight then. Ah, crap. So, Kana. Brace under strong hypnosis will fire special rounds with a variety of effects. She is incredibly annoying on a first run. For reasons I'm sure I'll have a chance to get into. For now, just apply the beatdown. I'm going to be using a Foul Magma Roast on Agate just to buff its strength. We hit an aerial with Kevin. Same with Olivier. If I could get the crit, that would be swell. But I'm probably just going to use a stealth turn for it. So, Kana takes very little damage from arts. If you've seen our team composition, you can realise why that might be a problem. About 1,000 damage from Olivier. However, physical hits deal quite a chunk of damage. Unfortunately, Kana is very fast. Yeah. As usual, L on the first try, but I'll try and show everything off. That's Heavy Armor Piercer, which inflicts defense down. And that's about the sum of it. I'm just going to walk up next to her and get poked. She will actively try and run away from you on her turns. And she also gets to move and fire at the same time, which is kind of bull. But... uh-oh. Okay, never mind, we're fine. Magmarosti. It's annoying when the enemies all just kind of block off to their own corner of the map, because then you can't deal with them as effectively. But we shouldn't have too much of a problem, I don't think. Just make sure you clock down Kana as soon as you can. Send Agate in. Final break. 5,000 damage. Gonna use Grail Sphere.
May its holiest of lights act as our shield.
Protect everyone from that lethal hit. Even with speed down, Kana is still ridiculously fast. Generally, you have to play this fight by ear and just let her keep hitting you to recharge your CP, so that you can Grail Sphere again and then start dealing more damage to her, yada yada yada. Dance the dance. Pretty much. If you can get into a rhythm with it, you should be good. The only kind of bad thing that can happen is if she gets a crit. Or that. Ugh.
We're good to go.
She will be quote-unquote baited into using whatever is the most effective attack for her to use. So we're all stacked together, that's grenade shot, yada yada yada. Gist. So what we're gonna do is we're going to Tomat Sandwich. And then 200%. Let's break with the Stell. About 4,000 damage, not bad. Soulful Roar increases her own attack strength as if she wasn't enough of a problem to begin with. I do not know if I have enough health to live this as a group. Kevin's kind of boned. Just gonna ready another clock down, because I think she's about to get rid of it. Shock Spider! Attack we haven't seen it use yet. Shock Spider doesn't do anything particularly lethal as long as you have a guard up. Otherwise, it really sucks, for lack of a better term. It is the, not fun to deal with. Thankfully, she's taking a long time cracking through the shields, which is good for us. Unfortunately, there goes Kevin's. I got on final break 2, 4,000 damage. And now we just need damage numbers on her, and I think we're good. Blue Impact. And the Blue Ascension will do it. The absolute worst part about the Kana fight is if you get hit with Move Down, and you just end up running around in a wild goose chase after her in the arena. Because she can run faster than you can and will poke you down in a 1v1. Anyway. You guys. You managed to get here, huh? Kana, you okay? Aside from feeling like I was run over by an airship, yeah, I'm okay. More importantly, did you find the others? Don't worry, we met Grant and had to give him a once-over too, but he's fine. Afraid we haven't seen Annalise, though. I see. I'm guessing you also had a run-in with an enforcer or three. No, we've been hip-deep in machines, but no enforcers. Aside from you guys, there doesn't seem to be anyone here at all, actually. Really? That's strange. A few dozen research staff and Jaegers on guard here when we infiltrated. I guess it's possible they've abandoned the base. Maybe. That would be weird, though. I should be able to make it on my own. Please, find Annalise as soon as you can. Leave it to us. And off she goes. Treatment of combatants. Temporary combatants acquired from Jaeger Corps and other sources receive the following treatments. 1. Physical Enhancement Program. 2. Combat Technique Enhancement Program. 3. Chain of Command Obedience Program. 4. Protection of Secrecy Hypnosis Program. Following text redacted. Received green card key. So we have the green key, so we'll have to come back to that blue key room eventually. Nothing much to do about that for now, though. We can finally use the green key here, and... Star Rabbits. Female only, we already have them on Estelle. No need to worry about any of that. Just gonna double aerial. Bap. Bap. Dunzo.
Enjoy the show.
Nothing different about this room now that we're coming through a second time. And if we open the green keycard door here, assuming this links up with the bottom floor, which it does, now we're on the observation deck. Depending on where you enter this room depends on where the cutscene with them looking at it happens, but either side is perfectly fine. It still does the same thing. The room is not necessary for any kind of completion stuff. Okay, let's go to the ground floor. And fortunately, there is a heal pod right here. Also, if we head past the room with the giant reboot, there is a green keycard door with a chest that contains a misty veil. Misty veil! 260 defense, 330 arts defense, not 300. I wish it was 300. Arts attack 50. Handy dandy. We've been using Gypsy Queen for a bit too long now. Clothes starting to get musty. Move on up. Use the green card key. We've started exploring the enemy base. We've made a decent amount of progress. I think it's safe to call it here. Thanks for coming along to the stream, whether you're watching the VOD after the fact, or if you were here during the live stream. Your viewership is always appreciated, as is the likes and the subscribes and all the other things that YouTube tells you to tell people to do. Anyhows, mahoozits. Stay safe. I will be listening to this pop in the meantime. And I'll see you Thursday. Later, people.